Ladies and gentlemen, this is Meridian. I'm giving you 10 minutes. You can go inside, use the restroom, stretch your legs, or smoke a cigarette. Please be back on the bus in 10 minutes. This is
White
Meridian.
uniforms, shoes of plastic. Brides of Jesus all heading home. Greyhound buses filled with promises. Now you're out and on your own. Last call for the halfway housing. Last chance for a baker girl.
Thank you for choosing Greyhound.
She stood up to the fat boy's taser. Stand up straight, you go down hard. Take 3 jolts while they were laughing. She went down upon her knees. Judge said 4, that ought to teach her what she's learned he'll never know. She went down, a rich man's daughter, came back up a wiser fool. Take a hit and you're violated, fall again and Jesus help you. She fell hard and she fell lonely, lost her kids to a court-filed order. Mother Mary called our Savior, Jesus turned and he turned away.
I would like to remind everyone that there is no smoking aboard, no alcohol, of course illegal drugs. Those are federal regulations. Greyhound is extremely serious about those.
Across the road, a homeless guy gets himself straight, checks for cops, calls me homie, shuffles over and bums a cigarette. I light him up and he steps back into the shadows. He should be on meds, but obviously isn't. Then he's gone, a dark, resentful spectre, disappearing like a curl of smoke. Kansas City at 6 in the morning, outside the bus station, is a whole different world to Kansas downtown on the plaza on a bright late summer afternoon. The Midwest demi-monde sitting out for a lunch of low-calorie health food. Broccoli salad with a white wine chaser to wash away the bitterness of your double espresso. Cafes where no one blinks at a $10 fruit juice, and the waitress ignores the chump change collecting like bird shit on the tables. Teeth such as hers aren't earned on minimum wage. Besides, who around here would steal a schoolgirl's tuition? Not me, not with that polished smile, not when every movement, shifting your buttocks on a hard plastic stool, for instance, is tracked by the swivel of a dozen heads. Eyes scanning relentlessly, and everyone's nose set to the first hint of excitement. Not me. A small amp turned to the inoffensive level of elevator music, an aging hippie is busking his way through the entire James Taylor hit list. The sandals are open-toed, but I don't have to look close to see they're Gucci. There are no beggars here, and no cops either, or none expecting trouble. Just one fat boy patrol car checking the motorcycle enthusiasts wear helmets and park their flash rides in a neat straight line down one side only of Broadway, where business is booming. Chic lifestyle boutiques, money coming in hand over fist, and Italian designs selling like hot dogs. Though nobody hereabouts ever ate one of those. Unaccustomed to the chill air, 6 newly paroled felons in white regulation outfits huddled in silence outside the departure lounge. A prison shuttle stopped at the bus station an hour ago, dumped this load of human misfits and was gone in under 5 minutes. Not so the cop car escort, which is only now pulling out. As he rolls slowly by, Fat Boy fixes me with a look of incurious recognition. Lights flicker in the ticket hole and he bumps the curb, scratching his paint job. Somebody sniggers and is warned to shut the fuck up. No need to embarrass a cop. Not today, not right now. But the cop doesn't stop, doesn't even brake. Waiting until his taillights take the bend, the black, brown and blue tattooed white parolees curse and then heave low sighs of relief. Conversations get louder, and as shop-bought cigarettes appear, rollies are flipped to the bushes. Sucking on a lucky strike, a bruised old white guy tells a 20-something black kid that after 7 years in Ellsworth, he's ready to go straight. Son, I've finally seen the light. Hell, I just can't do any more prison time. To which the kid, eyes wide and rolling, replies, "Me too, man. Me too. That whole prison bullshit thing, I've just about had enough of that shit." And everyone, Even me and the homeless guy start to laugh.
Whoever has that music must turn it down.
Elvis steps down, Johnny bows low, while the devil's guitars play the sweetest refrain. Odell's taking his show on the road, 'cause he thinks he can win this time. With old Master Bale on the bus and a guitar he won rolling dice. But the devil just nods, shows him the fist of his glove, and a tooth standing out of each ring. Says you've been running that mouth for so long. And Odell grins back, 'cause he thinks that the truth is just part of a con, like the tail is a part of a dog. And the devil just grins, 'cause he knows that the teeth were just part of the deal, like the tune is just part of a song, while the whole is the soul of the man. Then, twisting his mouth from a grin to a smile, Odell starts changing his clothes down the back.
Now, ETA for downtown Chicago is 8 p.m. this evening. If you're going to Milwaukee, Express or Milwaukee Local, the Express Milwaukee leaves down at about 9. And leaves down at door number 17. Those passengers are taking Milwaukee Local. And bus leaves out at 9:55 by the door number 6.
Don't trust cops, especially them that smile or want to give you stuff. It's cold entrapment and strictly ain't allowed. But you can't argue that at trial. So when they offer you a handshake on a deal, just let it slide. Act dumb. Pretend you're talking with your mom about some girl you know from school, 'cause if they play you for a fool, I won't visit you inside. You say they got your back, they got you backed up to a wall, and if they kick, you'll fall. So son, protect your head and not your balls.
This is Meridian. I'm giving you 10 minutes. You can go inside, use the restroom, stretch your legs, or smoke a cigarette. Please be back on the bus in 10 minutes. This is Meridian. Please stay seated until this bus comes to a complete stop at the station. I will be watching.
There's a little bit of hate in everyone. It ain't too much. Just enough to get you started down some roads that no one paved with good intentions or a thought for turning back. Mother's face, father's booze, the angry breath and buckled strap, his broken lip and busted ribs, and every curse and all their lies. The shadow crossed, the moon turned red and stooped to kiss him where he lay, but all her tears could fall on stone when every blow had landed on a bruise. He'd never waste his own on her. Wars don't end. Warriors don't get to sleep. This bed's on fire. I'm cold as hell. All men are blood related. That's what Walt Whitman said. Blown away and wasted, we're still each other's creatures in the flesh.
All right, everyone, this is Shreveport on to Monroe, Jackson, Mississippi, Birmingham, Alabama, or Atlanta, Georgia. You need to make a transfer. You're going with me to Texarkana. I need you to claim your luggage and go inside the terminal when they're ready to board.
In the past, there was so much bad blood between the Indian and whites. Now everyone can sit at the same table. That's because it's a long table, but it's still the white man who owns it. Ever sit at one of those tables and wonder, why are there no full-bloods here, where once there was so many? Ask yourself what your granddaddy and his daddy were doing. If you knew, you'd be the red-faced one, not me, if you had any shame. Nowadays, much more than before, we talk about the truth. But do we tell the truth? I don't know. I do know that all of us know much more than we pretend. In horses, I prefer mulattoes and crossbreeds. They work hard and are easy to train. But I do not like the mixing of people. My people lost too much when our blood was first mixed with yours. Listen, if I showed you the back of my tongue, you would think a snake was coiled up, hissing and ready to strike. That's what you would see. But if I opened your eyes, you would look through me to the hills. You would not see me, not even my shadow. Those are simple kinds of tricks, and I perform them without effort, though as I get older I find it harder to want to return to a human shape. If your eyes were really open, you would see what you think are black crows in the sky above our heads. Those are the souls of dead Indians. They roost in the trees when they want to rest and tell me their stories. To you it's just screeching. That is because the shock of what happened is still with them. They will not be calm until you move away. Listen, they do not tell me to be violent or angry and hate you, but neither do they say that I should love you. That is why I am against the mixing of our blood. Listen, the country today is too full of Mexicans and Chinamen of all sorts, and you can't tell them each from the other. How then can you hope to recognize me? Only if I opened your eyes fully wide and forced you to look straight at me would you know who I am. But then you would be the red-faced one, not me, if you have any shame. When the townspeople were done with the women and children, the soldiers gathered up the rest of the wounded warriors. They put them in wagons and brought them to a wooded hill where the campfires were still burning. There the Indians were nailed 2 and 3 to each tree. Wild animals tore into their flesh and birds came to pick the bones clean. That is how the souls of the Indians and the Crows were mixed. The town is now the city of Corpus Christi, and today the hill is called Calvary. And though no one but you and I know the reason, trees have not grown in that place for a very long time.
I'm on a Greyhound bus headed home. I was hoping you would be available to pick me up at around 11 at the bus station. Okay, all right.